Hi there, folks. This is Scott, your vintage Christmas light friend. I've decided to try and do a video on relamping matchless stars. A lot of people, especially in the Golden Glow, if you're not familiar with that, the Golden Glow is an international group of collectors of vintage and antique Christmas. And it's the largest. So if you want to get together with a group of people, look them up online. They have a wonderful Facebook page and check them out. You will find every friend in the world who ever wants to know anything about Christmas in that group. Anyway, here I am, your vintage Christmas light guy, and I'm here today to give you a video on how to relamp matchless stars. These are the holy grail of Christmas lights. They are made out of Czechoslovakian polished crystals right here. These were all made in Czechoslovakia. They have a center gemstone right here that is faceted just like a gemstone. Okay, they have a light bulb inside, and they were created so that the filament burned right about at this point, so the equal amounts of light would pass out each one of the 9 surrounding points and right out through the gemstone. These were done late 1929 28 era, all the way through the 30s, 40s, and finally into the 50s, where they did also create a lucite or plastic version. What I've decided is, rather than do just a relamp video where I have to rush through it, I'm going to give you a primer on matchless stars first, and then we will go into how to relamp them. Folks, when you see how easy this relamp is, you'll be amazed. You'll be like, oh, why didn't I do that before? I've had so many burn out. These are so easy. The hardest part is trying to find replacement light bulbs, and I will try in the video to tell you how to get better light bulbs. Okay, so let me give you a quick rundown on these matchless stars. Maybe I should put this one also in the mix, okay? I don't know if you can see that, but there it is. That's a real pretty one there. Okay, these are what they call the single row matchless stars in the front here, the red ones. They have 9 of those wonderful glass crystal points and a faceted dome. It's all held together by a metal framework, and then each one of these crystal points has a hole drilled through it, and there is a wire that runs through them, and it goes all the way around. It meets itself again at a certain spot, like right in here, let's say. And then it was just twisted off like a twist tie and cut real short. So that's what holds these together. The gemstone is actually held in place by these metal clasps. I'm going to try to see if I can get you to see these. It's hard because my lighting is really bad, but I'm going to zero in. I'm going to pull my light back on it, and you can see the metal framework here. Okay, right in here, yeah, right here where my pointer is. And these are little metal points that hold the gemstone in the center, okay? All of that is a framework, okay, that holds the matchless star together. Matchless used essentially three different kinds of backings. So if you're going to change the light bulb, you're also going to have to know how to change the one that you have, or you may have a variety of them. Number one, starting with this, I've always been told these were the earliest. I'm not sure if that's the case. I'm going to zero in a little bit again so that you can really get a close-up of this. This is what's known in the business, or the collector business, as a metal-backed matchless star. It's got a metal backing that that the framework is attached to by these little metal tabs right here where my fingernail is. See, there's these little metal tabs that come through those holes, and that holds it onto the backing. Now, unfortunately, I have pulled the original light bulb out of this one because it was burned out. So it would have come with a tube-shaped light like this, what we in our collector business call a T4 or a T3, a T4. What I happen to have right now was sold to me as a T4, but I do believe it's a T3 because it's just, as you can see, it just slides in and out. These can be used if you can still get them. They're hard to find. Other than that, I can't really tell you how to relamp these metal back ones. Unfortunately, T4 lights are available. You can find them on trading sites like eBay, but very rarely can you find them. And if you do, they bring tons of money because they're a very rare light bulb to find. So if you get T4s and the paint is all scratched up, that would be the perfect ones to push into the back here to light these up. These T3 bulbs that I got are actually rather nice. They are a 15-volt light, okay, which is what all these single row Matchless stars were. They were all 15-volt lights, and they were series Christmas lights. So that means you had to have 8 working lights in one strand. Okay, now I'm going to go to the second type of backing that Matchless used. They later went to a Bakelite backing. You see the brown Bakelite right here, okay? And what they did was they stuck a light bulb through it this way. So it's just a light bulb shoved into a Bakelite backing. These right here, folks, are the easiest ones to change out, okay? All you have to do is get those pretty points off of there, and you can pop that light bulb out. I always suggest whenever relamping lights, take and put a mug of hot water in your microwave, get it to boiling or close to boiling, really hot, and that way you'll have it so you can soak old glues free. The same goes for bubble lights, the Matchless stars, pretty much any other light where you want to change the light. A lot of times having a mug of hot water handy is really handy. Now we're going to get into a little more difficult, okay? And these are probably the second generation that Matchless made. And so I have to point this out because this can make a huge difference on getting these things relamped, okay? And you're going to have to be able to recognize it. If you watch this thin part come down, all of a sudden right here at this point, you see where my knife is? Okay, it flares out. And it kind of comes out and it cups over the Bakelite, okay? It actually cups the Bakelite, okay? This one's been played with a little bit. It's been glued a little bit. Oh, my God, it's a mess. But I'm trying to show you the better side. All right, so if you look, watch how it comes down, and it gets right to here, and it jumps out, okay? This one was made with this brass socket part applied to the Bakelite from this side, this way, okay? On the inside, the glass part of the light, which would be this part right here, just the glass part was applied to the inside of the Bakelite. That makes these a tad harder to relamp, but when you see how easy it is, you'll realize that these really aren't that hard, okay? I'm trying to think of what else. I'm trying to keep both of my videos just down to 10 minutes, so because I have horrible upload speed. So I'm down to 9.5 minutes right now with your beginning tutorial. They also made what is known as a double row, okay, which has 9 rows of large outer points, then 9 rows of smaller inner points, same size as the ones used on a single row, and then a center gem. This one happened to come with a Bakelite back, just like this, okay, and in my next video, I will show you how this one and that one were attached, how the glass points were attached to the Bakelite, but I'll do that in the next video. I forget the series number on this. I believe this is called, officially by Matchless, this was called a Series 100, I believe. Or 500, sorry. And they made different sizes all the way up to the Grand Mama, which I will put here just to impress you a little bit. It's so big, I have to shrink my camera back down. Okay, and it came with, look at the size of that socket. That is a standard base socket. Nowhere in any of my videos am I going to deal with how to relamp these. It is way too hard. If you want to learn how to relamp these, you're going to have to call me, okay? Contact me through YouTube, and I will find a way to get in touch with you, and I'll tell you how to redo these. These are horrible. These also, if I'm not mistaken, were not just a light bulb. The brass part was put onto the Bakelite from the back. The glass part was put on the inside. So what you would essentially have to do, I'll just give you a hint at the upcoming videos, would be to get rid of that glass inside part after you've removed the crystals here. Okay, get rid of the glass and essentially soak a light bulb off of another light bulb and keep the 2 wire contacts in place, and then you would run one down to here and connect it, and then one you would run out to the side. As you can see, that's how they did it here. Right here is where they ran the other one out the side and they soldered it. But that's for a much longer video, and guess what, folks? I'm not going into it. So I think this is where I'm going to end video 1 as your primer 101 on Matchless Stars. Please, folks, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me through the YouTube thing, and I will be more than happy to answer any questions. I love helping people with their lighting things. So, okay, now next video is going to be how to relamp. Yay, woo woo. Let's go.